Join us right now to preview their swing state campaign strategy in the final 48 hours is Eric Trump, who probably would say that sounds just like his dad. Eric, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys. How are you?
Doing okay. Listen, Kamala Harris, I'm sure you know, was on Saturday Night Live across the street last night. We have heard that the Trump campaign did not get an invitation from NBC. Are you guys going to do that equal time complaint? It's like, how can you give her the time and not give him the time?
Listen, guys, we've dealt with this from day one, right? With ABC, with CBS, with NBC, with MSNBC. I mean, we've dealt with this from day one. But, you know, honestly, my father's stamina right now is unmatched. I've never seen anything like it. I've never been more proud as a son. I mean, in the next 36 hours, I just want to preview, in the next 36 hours, he has 7 events. Think about that. It starts, you know, obviously today in Pennsylvania, then he goes to North Carolina, then he goes to Georgia. I'm with him all day tomorrow. North Carolina, Pennsylvania, he's going to be in Reading, then he's going to be in Pittsburgh. And then, as he has the last 2 times, he's going to end up in Grand Rapids. But, I mean, think about seven massive rallies in front of 40, 50, 60,000 people. I mean, so these rallies are drawing massive crowds, but 7 rallies in effectively 36 hours. And I think that's the stamina that Americans want, right? I mean, that's the energy that Americans want out of our commander-in-chief. And it's exactly what the current administration doesn't have. It's exactly what Kamala hasn't had this entire campaign trail. And I've never been more proud of that man right there. I mean, the guy is working tirelessly. The guy just never stops, and he wants to save this country. He wants to save the greatest nation on earth.
Hey, Eric, what is the conversation like with him when you're a few days away, because y'all have been in this position, to make sure he stays on message, talks about the economy, things that really resonate with the voter?
Well, Ainsley, it's kind of surreal for all of us. It's surreal for me. I did my last rally yesterday, my last kind of solo rally yesterday, and, you know, this has been kind of a 10-year journey for us, and, you know, it's winding down, meaning in terms of the campaign side. At the same time, it's so exciting because, you know, if we win on Tuesday, we can actually fix this country. He can fix this country. He will. He'll take care of the economy. He'll take care of prices on everything. He'll stop the wars. He'll stop the bloodshed. He'll stop the invasion on the southern border. He'll, you know, stop fentanyl, which is killing so many people in this country, 320,000 kids to be exact. You know, so many of my friends have lost. I've had 4 friends who have lost kids to fentanyl. You know, and we can fix these. So, you know, in a way, it's bittersweet because here's 10 years of our life, and he's been doing this, and he's done hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them, and it's really created a family out there. I mean, this is not a political movement. He's created a family of Americans who love this country, who love our flag. At the same time, it's beautiful because, you know, if people get out to the polls, if they vote, he can do amazing things for this country, for this nation. He can save the greatest country that's ever existed, and he will, and he'll do so better than anybody, and everybody knows that. And so, you know, it's really kind of bittersweet in the last few days.
Hey, Eric, just to bring that SNL, I know the president is suing CBS for $10 billion over changing the answers that Kamala Harris gave in her 60 Minutes interview. And then with ABC, the fact checks ends up wrong, especially when it comes up crime. And then Lorne Michaels just said a couple of months ago, you can't bring the actual candidates who are running on because of election laws and equal time provisions. Yet not only was she allowed on, the person imitating her, Rudolph, comes out and says, you know, basically, you got to win. I'm voting for you, got to win. So it wasn't even humor and you could take for what you will. It was a campaign ad. I mean, isn't this astounding to you, even after 10 years?
Brian, that one man in our family has fought the media every single day. I mean, 92% of the mainstream media's coverage on Donald Trump has been negative, and that's despite the largest tax cuts. And again, the best economy, the lowest unemployment, right? Peace in the Middle East, religious liberty, you know, protection of our Constitution. I could go on and on and on, and they're not playing that game. I mean, everybody knows who the mainstream media is, and frankly, that's why the podcast world has become so big. That's why when you see him go on Twitter Spaces with Elon Musk, he had, 2.1 billion impressions of that podcast. You see Rogan the other day. People fundamentally don't trust the ABCs anymore. You saw what happened in the debate where it was a 3-on-1, and you've seen that every single time. And so does this surprise us? No, it doesn't surprise us. Saturday Night Live has lost this spark. It used to be incredible. When I was a kid, I watched it all the time. It used to be incredible. It's totally lost its spark, but there's no question that they are effectively the PR arm of the Harris campaign, and they always have been. And you know, at the same time, again, Americans read through it. They see that their pocketbook is not doing well. They see that life has become unaffordable. They see that they can't refinance their home because interest rates are 8% now when they used to be 2.5% under my father. That gas has tripled, that eggs have tripled, that auto insurance has literally, gone up by 100%. I mean, guys, people feel it in their gut, and I don't care how many, kind of parody shows, I don't care what kind of coverage they get. People can read through the mainstream media at this point after a decade of these shams and this nonsense, and it's caused them to lose all credibility. And in fact, the media's credibility is the lowest it's ever been in the history of our country right now. I mean, just no one trusts most of those mainstream channels. And so I'm not sure if the Saturday Night Live stuff's going to ultimately matter. I think it's my father's work ethic that's going to matter. Again, 7 rallies in 36 hours coming up. No one can do that. And the guy's just a remarkable man. I mean, he's truly a remarkable man, and I could not be more proud as a son.
Eric, it's all going to come down to Election Day. I hear in the camp y'all feel confident, but people got to show up on Election Day. It's not over yet. We appreciate you giving us some time this morning.
Eric.
Thanks, Lawrence. Thanks, guys.
Got it,
Great to
brother.
be on.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.